school on Thursday, the 27th of October 2022. Oops, sorry about that. In moving image, because the people that actually go to that school had like a reward or something for high attendance. During the entirety of period 1, we went to their study room, which somehow is worse than ours. They don't have lights. They've put up like Christmas lights, and that's it. Like, I'd use my iPad as a. Sorry, I felt like something was crawling on my hip there. I had to use my iPad as a light, and even then, I could still only barely see. this that's not good. For a study room, you need light. Well, you need light in all rooms in a school, but you get the point. For the rest of the study, I did homework. And that's it for the day. I went to the mentor, and well, I didn't go there. I was still continuing homework and learning support. And she was there, and I said, I'm not going to explain the emails tomorrow. I'll do it later because I want to see what's going to happen. The emails being the instances 4, 5, and 6 have happened. This Twitter as of 27 to 8 p.m. Actually, before getting the Twitter segment, I didn't just play it now, I played it last night. Beginning review, Gotham Knights. I am not the devil's advocate this time. It is terrible. In fact, I am the complete opposite of the devil's advocate. The ratings of it are too high. It got 6s and 7s out of 10. No, it's not worth. Like, Saints Row 5 is a 6. Like, at worst, it's a 6. Gotham Knights is a hell of a. There's not a single good thing about Gotham Knights. Like, I can't think of anything. Traversal, crap. Combat, crap. Map, crap. Driving, crap. Just. I'm going to keep playing it because I spent £70 on it. Just hopefully, please get better. Also, like, I mean, it's WB Montreal made it. Montreal. They also made Arkham Origins, which, while it is the worst Arkham game, it's still a fantastic game. If they made it exactly like they did that, like, it'd be fine. But oh no, they had to be different because it's not in the Arkhamverse. We set it in a different world because Batgirl's still alive. Well, people are gonna like this because they only know the character from the show that they've never even seen. But how about we set it in the Arkhamverse? So it's after Arkham Knight, where Bruce didn't die after Nightfall. You know, you had that demon bit. So he's done that for a while. And now he's dead. And anything else that happened in Gotham Knights that didn't happen in Arkham, you can just make it happen because it takes place after Arkham Knight. But the main reason why it can't be set in the Arkhamverse is because Batgirl is in it when the Arkham games take place after the Killing Joke. There's a simple solution around that. Replace Batgirl with either Batwoman or Batwing. Preferably Batwoman. Simple solution. You haven't really changed anything. let's just hope that the Suicide Squad game is good. Anyway, on the Twitter, Disney reveals first ever plus-sized heroine. So it's a fat ballet dancer. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, is it? Is that so? Yeah. But translate the what? And don't say exist, for God's sake. Translate the what? Oh, look at that. Bojo spending millions on Ukraine. What a surprise. Always from Causes Bio My reads. Trigger warning. Jokes. My platform has free speech. No, my platform has free speech.
Well, earlier this week, actor Marlon Brando met with Jewish leaders to apologize for comments he made on Larry King Live. Among them, that, quote, Hollywood is run by Jews. The Jewish leaders accepted the actor's apology and announced that Brando is now free to work again. Well,
And now they're going to try and cancel Norm Macdonald. Well, good luck. He's dead, unfortunately.
Boy, oh boy. Name of the slave owner. Henry Bernstein. My great-grandfather was a slave owner. Slaves, one female, age 4, mulatto. One female, age 17, mulatto. Oh, boy.
Class action lawsuits be like, congratulations, you won $7.
It's like letting us and what was it then? You can't help it, that's okay.
You wanna... You're not funny, Elon. Like, you're doing a good thing, but I just can't like it when you do so much prickish things like this. I get that prickish isn't a word. Point is, you're doing good things while being a prick. Why can't you just do good things? The same thing goes for Mr. Beast. He does good things, but he's cringy about it. Instead of just donating money to the homeless and whatever and making a video about it, his video has to be like, you know, the highest fault you can have it on. I give homeless people who haven't any money, and just me, no. When the homies get unsuspended.
Beast and Red Pig!
proven right yet again. Something killer found guilty of intentional homicide. Oh, is this what that was? The media reported that it was an accident or that the SUV was responsible. And as far as I know, it wasn't even an SUV that he was driving. Basically, it was like a guy in a car ran over a bunch of runners, I think. If that's what he's talking about. I don't know why I said it by like a Canadian. Sorry. Well, it is our own live was asked by a Sky Sports segment from Paul's most recent episode Outburst. Zuckerberg's net worth has plummeted by 85 billion so far this year, from 125 billion to 40 billion. And let's drop it all the way down to zero. I'm trying to remember who said it, but it was one of the guys on Marcus's roast. Like, he made a song about all the different, like, rich people. So, it was like, just all different famous people, like, I don't know. Stalin, communist cunt. Someone else, whatever they are, cunt. Zuckerberg, autistic cunt. Democratic Congressman Damien Raskin has issued a statement saying ongoing military aid to Ukraine is essential because Russia is mean to gay and transgender people. Oh no! Yes, because that's the problem. Update. Police have retreated at Mansion House. Strange law at Mansion House, and at the moment no arrests so far, and most of the police who were here just left. Looks like they either don't want to or don't have the capacity to arrest ordinary people demanding a better future for all. No, what has happened is that they support you. That is why they haven't arrested you. Like, you're thinking, oh yes, they're backing off, this is a win. It's not a win. Well, okay, yes, it's a win, but not the kind of win that you're thinking of. They are backing off because they're going, you're winning. They're backing off because they want you to win. Here's just Stop Boyle themselves pointing out how the police do nothing to stop them. Well, if this was anti-vaccine mandate protesters, they send in riot cops. Just Stop Boyle is protected by the establishment. That's what I was trying to say. I'm just very stupid. Facebook is collapsing while Elon prepares to take over Twitter. You'll love to see it. I did, but then he brought a sink into the HQ, so he can just be like, let that sink in, huh? Aren't I funny? Please don't call me a boomer. Republican Congressman Ralph Norman declared that everyone knows Joe Biden isn't in charge of anything, and that in reality there's a secretive cabal of elitists that are running America. You can't say that, man. That's anti-Semitic. PayPal has reinstated its $2,500 fine for misinformation. Oh, for God's sake. Why do they keep on flip-flopping on this? Close your PayPal account, they will steal your money for telling the truth on social media. Hundreds of woke Twitter employees have started the company and gone to work for... Sorry, I was looking at my tablet for a second. Going to work for Google and Meta over the past few months in anticipation of months taking over the company, according to a Business Insider report. Video emerged Wednesday of Biden mocking reporters at White House for attempting to ask him questions as he once again refused to answer any, and his handler screamed at the correspondents to get out of the room. Oh God, what does Trevor Noah have to say about Rishi Sunak? I mean, he's got to be the only Tory that the left supports because, he's the youngest, he's the first Hindu, he's the first of Indian descent, he's the first non-white. Despite the fact that they'd agree with Boris about literally everything about Corona and Ukraine.
Watching the story of Rishi Sunak becoming England's first prime minister of colour, of Indian descent, of all of these things, and then seeing the backlash is one of the more telling...
The backlash is, there isn't even really any backlash. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But if there were backlash, it'd be because he's calling us all terrorists, Trevor. Like, you live in a country where you have freedom of speech. Lucky you.
It's just one of the more telling things about how people view the role that they or their people have played in history. And what I mean by that is this. You hear a lot of the people saying...
Now, the way that you've worded that is very prejudiced against British people. I'm British. I've never in my life owned any slaves. My ancestors obviously have. But do not blame me for the actions of my ancestors.
Oh, they're taking over. Now the Indians are going to take over Great Britain.
I've never heard anyone at all, not even my racist dad, saying that. Mostly because my dad supports Rishi Sunak.
And what's next? And I always find myself going, so what? No, but stick with me here. So what? What are you afraid of? Right, all of them. You see people in the UK, you see people like Tucker Carlson all the time saying, you know what they're trying to do? They won't stop until black people and women are in positions of power. So what? No, and I don't say that as like yes, let's do that. Or not. I'm saying, so why are you so afraid? And I think it's because the quiet part that a lot of people don't realize they're saying is, we don't want these people who were previously oppressed to get into power, because then they may do to us what we did to them, which ironically is not true. Go to all these...
It is true, Rishi is oppressing the British people, but not because he's Indian or anything like that. He's oppressing the British people because he's a cunt.
Colonies around the world. Go to all the places where the British ruled. Go to any country, go to South Africa, wherever it is. Unless people are being delusional, people aren't turning on anybody. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not like when black people come in. It's not like Barack Obama became president and was like, all right, we're the white people. Time to show y'all what's up. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. They literally, people are complaining about this. I can't believe, Rishi Sunak, you've got this Indian man who's now...
Well, to be fair, Obama did show what's up to a hell of a lot of brown people in the Middle East.
Who's now King Charles is still the king of Jamaica. Present day, he is still considered the king of... Think about that for a second. Still considered. And then people there are like, oh, you've got this person who is English, by the way. Oh, yeah, but he's...
We don't like King Charles either. He's a lazy prick.
Yeah, he's Indian, but he's English. Oh, I just don't... like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think? Like, you're just giving yourself away. Sometimes you know what I mean? It's amazing when people say the quiet part out loud as well. It's just you expose yourself. Why do you care? Not about the qualifications, not about policies, not about views, not about anything. People need to ask genuinely.
It is his policies. His policies is, anyone who doesn't like me is a terrorist. If you don't believe me, look it up.
People need to ask themselves that question. What are you most afraid of? Why are you afraid of power shift?
I'm afraid of getting arrested for saying words that aren't even harmful. It's not even like, me planning a terrorist act or anything like that. It's just me saying, the government has done a bad thing, and we need to stop the government from doing a bad thing by voting.
To another gender or to another race. Ask yourself that question, because I think deep down inside...
If the UK hates women so much, how come we've had 3 female prime ministers and multiple queens for millennia?
You'll find yourself admitting to something that you wouldn't admit otherwise out loud. That's all I'm saying. It would have been great if Barack did that, though, you gotta admit. Just to skip, it would have been a great, Imagine if Barack did that as he became president. He's like, you are now president of the United States. And he was like, all right, everybody, president of the United States, I'm Barack. And he's like, white people, start running.
Why can't Trevor Noah just go back to being funny? Why can't he go back to when he was based? Remember that bit in 2021 where he was like, so Moderna has said that we need to take more vaccines. Why would they say that? Like, why can't you go back to that part? There's literally no backlash at any degree. The only backlash is made up in his head. And his mask-wearing NPC audience slabs it all up, even though it's manifestly bullshit. Not only is PayPal instituted $2,500 fine for misleading information, etc., it says it can hold all the money in your accounts for up to 6 months if reasonably needed to protect against the risk of liability or if you've violated our acceptable use policy. Right, so Elon, how about you, on top of running Twitter, you just go back to PayPal for a bit, just like a day, and get rid of this. I'm not reading that. Yeah, sure, I'll play it. I have a feeling it's going to be Biden's going to win, is what they're predicting, when obviously he won't, because he's going to die before that happens.
Ultimately, voters have the right to vote for someone who has crazy ideas like the Muslim ban. Those are illiberal. Those are things that go against individual rights and freedoms.
Can I jump in? There's a lot of straw men here. Nobody's saying they don't have the right to vote for crazy ideas. Nobody's saying that all Trump voters are fascists. You use the word authoritarian.
Not true. Biden said that they're all fascists.
I'm fine with authoritarian. I mean, we're now into pedantry here.
Sorry, did you just say you're fine with authoritarianism? The hell is wrong with you?
Argue many Trump voters would be very upset being called authoritarian, but you're calling Trump authoritarian. So let's agree. He is something that is not normal. He's a threat to democracy. He's not just anti-immigration, Shadi. He wanted to build a moat, put alligators in it, and shoot immigrants in the legs. If that is...
When the hell did he say that? Jesus. I thought he just wanted to build a wall. Where are you getting this information from? Like, I'm not denying that he said that. I'll have to look it up. But I've never heard him say that. I've only heard just build the wall and that's it.
Not fascism. I don't know what is.
Okay, well, I didn't hear about the alligator thing, Mandy, but if I can just finish the thought here. Look, the danger is when you... Okay, I would just want to put the question back to you, Mandy. What are you actually suggesting we do if Trump wins fair and square? Let's forget about any, foul play or anything like that. If he wins in 2024, what are you going to do? Are you going to respect that result?
I mean, I don't accept the premise of your question. If he wins in 2024, let's forget the foul play. How can I forget the foul play when now the Republican Party is trying to change state legislature rules, voting rules? Shadi, right now, they are taking steps to make sure that the 2024 election is not a free and fair election. You keep just pushing that away. You cannot both sides.
Really? Well, what are those steps?
To accept that outcome, then. That's concerning to me.
I'm not. Hold on. I'm willing to accept an outcome of a free and fair election. Shadi, as of right now, do you believe the 2024 election will be a free and fair election if black people are denied the right to vote, if there is racist gerrymandering?
Yeah, actually, this guy's about to ask it.
The right to vote.
If election workers are threatened with death.
Black people have been, the vote has been taken away from them.
It's the first you've heard that black voters are being disenfranchised in America.
This is exaggerated rhetoric that it's raising the existential stakes. And what I would like each of us to do is to try to lower the temperature. You're not willing to do that.
Hold on, Shadi. Do you not think our democracy is under threat? This is a very simple question. You think that election work is being harassed, trying to overturn elections, death threats to election officials, changing of voting laws, disenfranchisement of people in Florida. You think none of that is affecting the free and fair election in 2024? Seriously.
But the other side of it is that when you raise the specter of fascist threat,
Shadi, stop the both sides. Only one party is trying to overturn democracy right now. Please stop the both sides.
Yeah, the one party is trying to overturn democracy. It's the Democrats. Instead of... You can't just... Okay, technically I'm doing the same thing with child men, but you can't just say that the Republicans are trying to prevent black people from voting or whatever. You need to actually say how.
When you raise the specter of a fascist threat, it justifies taking extraordinary measures to suppress that threat. And that's why sometimes people like the idea of suppressing democracy in order to save it. We think that so much is at stake that we have to do anything it takes to prevent Trump or someone like him from winning in 2024. That can lead to overreach. I worry your rhetoric can lead us to do things we shouldn't do in a democratic context, and for us as liberals to go too far into demonizing our opponents and the other side. That is not sustainable in a democracy.
We're gonna have
I just want to keep our democracy.
Ah, great, another painting being vandalized.
How do you feel? How do you feel when you see something beautiful and priceless being apparently destroyed before your eyes?
I feel sad your mum didn't pay enough attention to you.
Do you feel outraged? Good. Where is that feeling when you see the planet being destroyed before our very eyes? Shame on you. This painting is protected by glass. It's just fine. Shut up. Take away from that. Vulnerable people in the global south, they are not protected. The future of our children is not protected. Counted them. People in fuel poverty.
The only reason why the future of your children is at stake is because you're risking going to prison.
Who need to choose between heating or eating are not protected.
Also, Ian, they're not going to go to prison. The police do nothing in the UK, assuming this is the UK. I had a chance to grab him. Pussied out. People in fuel poverty will need to choose between heating or eating. Yeah, your green transition hysteria will make that immeasurably worse. JSO is protected by every single organ of institutional power. They're funded by billionaires. The notion that they're organic protest is... No, the notion that they're an organic protest movement is a joke. JSO, an offshoot of Extinction Rebellion, is literally funded by billionaires. They're shock strips for globalist technocrats pushing for the same net zero agenda. They're the ultimate creature of the establishment. So, here's how it's been for the past couple of years. You have Extinction Rebellion, they were founded to try and prevent climate change from preventing the end of the world. And they did that by doing what JSO are doing. Standing in the middle of the road, preventing ambulances from getting to hospitals. It didn't change anything. It just made it worse. And they kept on doing it over and over again with no result, which, by the way, is the definition of insanity. And eventually, they said, okay, we're not doing anything here. We need to change it up. So we're going to start a new movement with a different name and do the exact same thing. Infamous gossip blogger says Greta Thunberg is writing letters to the Unabomber. The claim alleges that Thunberg is a fan of Ted Kaczynski's writing. Why am I not surprised? Prominent Hollywood gossip blogger has claimed that Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg has been communicating with the Unabomber. Greta? The Industrial Revolution and its... Just completed the new Plague Tale. Terrible day for rain. I tried playing the first one. I wasn't a fan. Sorry.